Well, good morning, St. James. I get the honor of being the first of those imperfect people up here. I got to tell you, this is rough for me. We got this great worship team here just raring to give you some music. I heard them earlier, and you got to listen to me instead of them. This is tough. This is tough. Quick survey here. How many of you, as your favorite type music, like country music, is your favorite? All right, I got three. All right. How many of you is your favorite type music, like rap, urban rap? Come on. All right. Imagine how successful we would be at attracting you to learn more about following our Savior if we switch this team to country. It worked for you. If we switch this team for rap, well, it wouldn't work very well. Instead, we offer you music that you like, that reaches your heart. Hymns do that at the 9:30 crowd. Contemporary worship does that for the 11 o'clock crowd. And for teenagers, rock music does that on Friday nights at the Fusion Worship Center, formerly known as the Krispy Kreme. This Friday, 7 Christian rock bands will do that for over 250 teenagers. We had 253 last week. Christian bands who might normally get $1,000 or more to play are doing it for free or simply gas money. It is an incredible ministry. God has made this outreach ministry a stunning success, and I get to tell you a few of the inside stories about God's hand working for that success. The first incredible event was the bank agreeing to let us use the building for free. To rent comparable space would cost $8,000 to $10,000 per month. We didn't have that. Then as we began to transform this donut shop to a place to show teens the love and grace of Jesus, God began to touch hearts to make it a reality. Let me tell you about a few of them. Bill Stone was so touched by the prospects of this ministry, he shared the story with James Mitchelltree, who immediately jumped in to help with remodeling and reconstruction. Suddenly a painter, Gary Nolan, not a member of St. James, not someone who had ever heard of St. James, jumped in and donated a $4,000 paint job. Then he donated a large banner for the front of the building. God used Greg Muerter to donate graphic signs for the windows. Larry Murray, sitting in here this morning, offered free labor to build a stage, ended up donating the lumber as well, and working past midnight to bring it about. One of the phenomenal stories of God's blessing concerns the need for a zoning permit, change of use permit, fire marshal approval, and other bureaucratic things that are hard to say. Those of you with knowledge of that bureaucracy know that it's often a 6-month or more process with public hearings, notices, long waits. We only had the building for 6 months. We couldn't go 6 months to get a permit. The first thing we needed was a set of plans. We didn't have them. Krispy Kreme didn't have them. The former Krispy Kreme didn't have them. The bank didn't have them. City didn't have them. And to create a new set would cost $4,000 to $6,000 and take a long time. So one night I received a phone call from a student, not a St. James member or attendee, but a student who'd heard we were doing something at the Krispy Kreme. And he started off the conversation saying he wanted to help with the sound system, he was actually going to loan us his speakers because we didn't have enough speakers, help with the soundboard. He followed up the offer by saying, I'm straight now. Well, I didn't know he wasn't straight, and I didn't know he was straight now. He said he had voluntarily committed himself to substance abuse rehab and was home on a weekend pass. He'd be out in about a month, and he wanted to help. I invited him and his dad to meet me at the building, see what we were doing, tell him the whole story. A week later, his dad delivered to me a complete set of plans for the building, free. He simply said, "Our community's kids need what you are doing." Unbelievable. Jim Sergi stepped in, fixed the tile floors. Ron Sutton got our electricity working. And artist Tony came in and did incredible paintings for us that the kids just love. Gordon Blickel created flyers for us. Susie Cucci arranged health inspections, another miracle. Food, volunteers. Byron Blackwell, Remy Eugenides do security. Bobby Wilson helps with that, many others. Eric Crawford stepped in to help with the sound system and ended up paying to have an expert come in and fix it for us. Well, once we had these plans in hand, we're able to go to the zoning officials and start that 6-month process. The short story is 4 days later we had our complete approval. 4 days. They required us to have approval of every merchant in the area in order to make this change. David Smith set about the task of getting those approvals, and in 1 day had every single approval. All of this is absolutely unheard of except when God is at work, and he was all over this. The fire marshal inspections, that was incredible. They have a backlog of 6 to 8 weeks. You've heard about budget cuts just to get your initial inspection. Then you do your changes, and then you get your reinspection, and then you go in and apply for the permit and go through that process. From the time we made the initial call asking them to come do the inspection, they said they'd be out not in 4 to 6 weeks, but in 45 minutes. 45 minutes. We scrambled to get everything ready. David ran out, bought 3 fire extinguishers, put them on the wall, something we knew we needed but didn't have. So as the fire marshal comes in the door, a non-church going neighbor of mine happens to come in to visit. He heard the fire marshal walk in the door and say, "Those fire extinguishers are mounted too high, and they're the wrong ones. They don't have metal nozzles, they have plastic nozzles. You got to get rid of them, replace them." My neighbor just kind of chuckles and walks out. Fire marshal goes on, finishes this inspection, gives us a long to-do list, walks out. As he walks out, the neighbor walks back in carrying 3 code-compliant fire extinguishers and says, "I hope this helps." Unbelievable. In less than 24 hours, we had our complete inspection. We took it to the city, got the permit, had it posted on the wall. I am totally convinced God has been very busy bringing this mission to his glory. The blessings continue. Many of you have been touched and have handed us checks to help pay for insurance or supplies. Dairy Queen not only gave us product to sell at cost, they loaned us a freezer and donated totally 150 dilly bars. Is that cool? Yeah, good. Thank you. This 8 o'clock group, they're awake. That was good. Thank you. This Friday, with this battle of the bands, 7 Christian rock bands, Hungry Harry's and Land O'Lakes. We didn't call and ask for this donation. Hungry Harry called us and said, "Hey, I'd like to donate barbecue for your leaders. We have about 15 adult leaders every Friday night. I'd like to donate free barbecue for them." I said, "Wow, that's great." And he said, "And also for the kids." And I said, "Well, we're talking 250 kids." He says, "Great, bring him on. He's going to feed everybody free barbecue." A recent young graduate, now in graduate school, college graduate, stepped up and is donating $500 a month to help pay for the electricity so we can offer this entire ministry free to the kids every night. The bottom line is it's incredibly working. 253 last week. I'm expecting more this week. Kids are coming there. They're having a great time, and they're being touched by God's grace and mercy. Research has shown that if a person has not accepted Jesus Christ as their Savior by the time they turn 18, only 6% will ever do so. This is our chance. This is our last chance. Our high school ministry vision comes from 2 Corinthians 3:18, and our vision is transforming students into lifelong disciples of Jesus. Our ministry plan for 2008 is to keep reaching students on Friday nights if God makes it happen through you. On Wednesday night, our Bible study will continue to help them learn more about the blessed life available to them. On Sunday mornings, we help them become those lifelong disciples of Jesus. We're increasing the number of students and adults that are active servants to Jesus Christ. And we're launching young people into careers in ministry callings. This is a critical time in our high school ministry. We have but a short time to determine whether and how to continue this outreach. The free lease expires December 31st. We have a short time to find the person to fill David's big shoes, big shirt, and no, never mind. Please ask yourself, what can I do? What's God putting on your heart? Does God want you to be the next incredible blessing to this ministry? I know those of us who've been a part of this, we feel we've received incredible blessings from it. When you tithe to God through St. James, he enables imperfect people to follow Jesus Christ into the world. At Fusion, we are those imperfect people, and we're following Jesus into the world. I thank God and I thank you.